How do you let go of friendships that no longer serve you? I cannot be the only person that struggles with this. As someone who is very emotional, very intuitive, very empathetic, I feel that sometimes I hold on to things longer than I need to. And today I really needed to do some thinking about this. Had a situation in my own life that has made me reconsider personal boundaries and reassess what it is that I need in my life. And I think it's so important that we do this on a regular basis because our needs change all the time. And also, our monkey mind will put us into situations that are not necessarily healthy for us without us even realizing. Boundaries are critical to our journey of self discovery, of growth, of personal development, whatever your history. Having boundaries, being able to set boundaries, being able to understand what you need, being able to go after what you need, it's so important. It's maybe the most important thing that you can do for your own growth, your own peace of mind, and your own happiness. Because we know that we are in control of our emotional state, of our responses, of our happiness. Now, if you are in a situation, in a friendship, that is causing you unhappiness regularly or has caused you great pain, yes, you can grow through that. Yes, you can heal through that together. But there is a time and a place for walking away from relationships. Now, that's very personal to every situation. You will always know what's right. Your body will know, your spirit will know, your energy will know, your intuition will know. So, the important thing is to keep tapping into your own instincts, your own reactions, how you're feeling about something. Now, as someone who loves people very deeply and loves very hard, and I'm a very loyal person, I can struggle to let go of situations because it feels like a death. It feels like a grievance. And this can happen even if it's not people that we're talking about. If you have any situation in your life that you need to end, cut out, walk away from, there is an emotional response that is very valid here, which is the response of grief, the response of feeling like you are losing something. And for a lot of people, that can stop us removing ourselves from something that isn't healthy for us. When you have boundaries, you are respecting yourself, you are loving yourself, but it's not an easy thing to stand by the fact that you know what you want, you know what you need, and you are going to cut out anything that doesn't fulfill that. If something doesn't nourish you, then what is it doing? So the question that I talk about all the time is this helping me or is this harming me? And if you apply that to the situation you're in with the friendship, the relationship, the personal human to human engagement that you've got going on, and you feel like it's not nourishing you, it's not nurturing you, it's not inspiring you, it's not holding space for you, let it go. And that is going to feel so hard because you feel like you're walking away from something and it's very difficult for us as human beings to accept that we have misjudged a person, misjudged a situation, or to accept that maybe two people have simply grown into different directions and it's no longer a wholesome experience for one or both of you. That feeling of loss, that feeling of grief, that feeling that you are walking away from something that you want in your life is something that you have to lean into. You have to be able to almost feel the fear and do it anyway. You have to be able to stand on the edge of the void and step into the void because on the other side of that feeling of loss, feeling of grief, feeling of doing something that goes against your nature to keep yourself whole, on the other side of that is the opportunity that you have for growth, connection, making space for relationships in your life that do nourish you, nurture you, make you feel good, create a more positive impact in your life. When we learn to reframe situations away from the loss and we learn to trust that on the other side of the loss, there is a big gain. When every door closes, another door opens. And when we train our brains to understand that, it can be less scary. It can feel less daunting to cut something out of your life or somebody out of your life, or to just, even if you're not cutting someone out of your life, maybe you've just realized that there was an imbalance. You were giving more than they were giving, and maybe you don't need to cut that person out, but maybe what you need is to find a balance that feels good to you, so that you are giving the same amount of energy that they are giving, and it's a reciprocal relationship. Now, what that does is it frees up your time, your emotional space for new relationships to come into your life, or even for relationships that you already have to grow and to flourish and to step into that space. But when we feel like, when we know, when our spirit, when our intuition knows that a situation is not right for us, a relationship is not right for us, whether that's a friend, a colleague, a love relationship, when we feel like that, we can often get confused. And one of the reasons we feel confused is because of society's expectations for you to be available at all times to all people. Now, if you look in your circle of people, you look at the people that have the most family members, the most friends, there is a common denominator, and I can almost guarantee that they are people pleasers, and that there is an element of their life where they just don't have boundaries. Because when you have the audacity to set boundaries for yourself, people have resistance. Some people have resistance. The right people in your life are not going to resist that. They're going to support you to put in those boundaries and to keep them in place. And they're going to fit inside of the world that is in the container of your boundaries. It's really important to understand that society's expectations of us is that we have no boundaries, that we don't talk about what we need, that we don't uphold the space that we need, or the way that we want to be treated, or the environment that we want to be in. And people that have that appear to have all the friends, all the family. Is that what you want? Do you want to sacrifice your own personal growth, your own personal development, your own peace with yourself, to be giving and giving and giving to situations that don't make you happy? This can happen quite often if you're a spiritual person and you've had some kind of a spiritual awakening. People can often feel very empathetic, very in tune with other people's energies. Now, this also happens if you've been through any kind of abuse. This puts you in a situation where you automatically want to, you want to make everyone feel good because you know what it's like to feel bad. B, you don't have that personal boundary, and that's why you were in that situation in the first place. One of the best tips I can give you is to listen to your body, listen to your instincts, and listen to the way your heart feels. Because if a situation is not right, it will show up in your body. You will feel the resistance. It will show up in your energy levels, and it will show up in your emotional state. And listen to that. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to trust the way you feel about a situation, and know that there is no right or wrong answer at any point in your life for almost any decision. There is just the decision that you make and how you proceed with that. And if you proceed with courage and you step into the void and you trust that letting go of the things that are not helping you is going to open up this beautiful space for things to come into your life that will do you more good, you will thrive. People who put boundaries in their life and uphold them tend to have one or two really close friends, a couple of family members, and that's it. And that is the flip side of the coin for holding your own personal space and your integrity for what your spirit needs, for what you need as a person going through your life. And that can feel scary. It can feel daunting. It can feel like you're making the wrong decision. But when we let go of the things and the people that don't serve us, that are harming us and not helping us, we create space for bigger, better, more beautiful, brighter things to come into our life. As a life coach and as a human being that is going through a very normal human experience of personal growth and personal development and emotional intelligence, I share personal stories and I share things that have been inspired by my work with my clients or questions people have asked me. My channel is so new, but I talk about my own personal experiences. I talk about experiences that I've had with clients, talk about questions that have come up in group coaching programs that I'm a part of. If this feels like a good fit for you, subscribe, like, share, do all of the things to help promote the channel. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll link to another video that could be helpful. Have the best day ever.